Abusuya, mo akwaba e de ba channel so ba like share na subscribe on so bit ma turn on post notifications na bibia ayefe and so odi amama na makudi di nkomo right makudi nkomo pertaining to the celebration of life any a possible contempt and for can was I'm speaking to some lawyers in no feedback and I'm there bromo e di nkomo na bibia ayefe so ba like share na subscribe mama. This video might be a lengthy one. It might be boring because we'll be going through a lot of documents and a lot of releases. Now, you didn't come on else video. Stay with me. After completing, I'm sure you get to realize where the thing stands. Whether said a contempt, no, a betting contempt will be overruled, and now contempt no be na injure na. You be there no common by the end of this video, and so. I gossip Ghana TV. The first thing I bet you the opinion Kofi was on lawyers no. Omo file or court. I bet you no. You should omo file we and here show omo file no. The court no e kan. You should the court no kan we are. Near should the court kan what was the response from the defendants, which is Mami AKOSUA SERWAA and 3 others no. You should no we are near show okay into court no be kan na papa she months be kan no. The other party, now what did they see and then what actually happened? I'm not a law person, right? But then I've spoken to law people, I've spoken to lawyers, and then this is what is coming. This is what they are saying. So we'll briefly go through that briefly now. Maybe answer if it. So here's the first thing. Most of us don't know what exactly they filed for. They filed for 9 things. And your man 9. They filed for 9 things. And your man Kron, I'm filing for. I want to file for Enyama back on 9. The first one they say they want a declaration that the plaintiff, known as ABUSUAPANIN of the Corner royal family of AKOSUA SERWAA, has the sole and exclusive authority to organize, supervise, and approve the burial and funeral rites of the late Charles Kojo Fosu. The first one I file for say I want to say court may declare say to pack and all the only rights so about organizing. Obeshamaya organizing and obe approve obeti ase ode stamp basis so say enye ewufusum and eye be informal lumba the late Charles Kojo Fosu. The second thing on file is say court no a declaration that the defendants a declaration that the burial and final ceremony held on 13 December 2025 constituted the final and valid funeral rite of the deceased under an Akan customary law. Emunchiri say almost sign file say a year no more 13th December no court no engine tum non declare say and only the only and a final and a valid funeral right for your referendum number. But prior to that, to park on Soko UTV, Oko can't some for you could sound common on so yes, so that was the to park and so okay UTV, you know. Away from that, the third thing I'm filing for is that a declaration that the defendant's proposed celebration of life, in this case, the defendant, no, Mami AKOSUA SERWAA. The defendant in this case, no, Mami AKOSUA SERWAA. Robert Jemfi, aka Yao Poku, the Wafaya Poku, no, and Estina Fosu, and Ananaya Akosa, aka Papa Shi, Omo, and a defendant, no, in this case, no. And or say the third declaration or the third thing on Busa court, no, say. Court no engine general say sankofu we are defendant in this case no. That is the third thing. Court no engine general na onchire say dabi young kind of a declaration that the defendant proposed celebration of life event scheduled for 28th and 29th March 2024 is unlawful, is authorized and contrary to the Akan customary law. Interninche munine ose court no njinjina mu na on declare say celebration of life now omo person 28th and 29th that was last weekend unlawful tiamra kwan so unauthorized when you be for the sunshine say and contrary to the account law say any account for emra no eboebra so court no so kasa. The fourth thing almost some open say an order of perpetual injunction restraining the defendants, their agents, assigns or privies from organizing, performing, advertising, felicitating, or holding any further funeral, burial, or celebration of life ceremony in respect of the late Charles Kojo without express consent and authority of the plaintiff. And on say, also court no sign declare injunction. Abema defendant, kofofo amabomodino. Omo agents, kofo yom agent. Omo nkofo, omo adofo. Organize it. Perform it. Advertise it. Hold any funeral, burial, and a celebration of life. The late Charles Kujofusu without to pack no authority. The fourth on cast on pen no. The fifth thing is that court no ever an order restraining the defendant from using the name, the image, the likeness, or the identity of the late Charles Kujofusu for any commercial, fundraising, or promotional purposes without law authority. It was a court inside engineers can't order engineers to say defendant for number mudino. On prevent you more use lumber image, the picture, lumber likeness, no look alike and po. And now they had lumber look alike, and now the identity say portrait picture be on America and poem penny. Say, I'm gonna buy advert be, I'm gonna register, and I'm gonna promotion be without lawful authority. The fifth thing, the sixth and more perfect court no one say an order of interim or interlocutory injunction pending the final determination of this suit, restraining the defendant from proceeding with the advertised event scheduled for March 2026 or any similar event. Also, court no answer for injunction to so. I say pending the final determination of this suit. And some person say answer na court no. So court nyanka asem we be so 28 na court no for asem injunction to so. So ma omonye before some kasem na wie. So fine. The 17 case on is an order restraining the defendant. There's AKOSUA SERWAA from soliciting or receiving donations from the public in the name of organizing any fund or memorial for the deceased. Or say, court no, and sign general say, AKOSUA SERWAA no. Obia intimate jiske bia, obia intimate jiske bia from public no. Ewo Bloomba edimo. The 18 say, almost I per cost no, including legal fees. Person just almost per a call more bono. Some day as a court no. Person almost more, including legal fees. Into come the full kind na. AKOSUA SERWAA and go for training center. What I say? And other thing class on open say any further orders that this honorable court may seem fit in the circumstance. Also court no. Also share the person also the bebo subiano. Also faboso. Into the court no. Ejije the omnikoja court no. Now the big question is that what did the court say? Assembly in a court no. Ebi na no edituja ewo ho. And no, any in the next one. And I know the also no. We air court no full hearing or the buyer. The court full document and I may at the chair screeners. I'll say in the title in the Superior Court of Judicature, in the High Court of Justice, the General Jurisdiction 2 Accra, held on Wednesday, 25th day of March, before her ladyship. Justice Halima El Awala Abdul Bassett on an judge no and a suit number GJ094 2025 also plaintiff no ABUSUAPANIN Kofi Owusu at this point na court no regarding as still ABUSUAPANIN, so it's fine. Also versus defendant no 1 AKOSUA SERWAA Fusu, 2 Robert James AK Wafaya Apoko, 3 Ernestina Fusu, 4 Yaw Nana Akosa AK Papashi. Parties no ho. Plaintiff represented by John Edu and a defendant present. And a counsel here Dominic Kojo Osei with Nuhu Umar holding a brief for Fati Ayala for the plaintiff present, and a Stephen Insin Opoku with Emmanuel Deytumi Jr. blah 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 on to ruling motion on the notice for interlocutory injunction into background. And a court no on the 18th of February 2026, the plaintiff, which is Tupac, issued a writ of summons and statement against Sir Insemino. And I say the plaintiff argues further that refusing the instant application rule causes serious spiritual torment and subject to sa enyoma we nyina into to park no be to park in the appeal court into court no a conclusion na ewo ho enso eni enti enkofa court no a conclusion no or say conclusion and then 13 no or say thus upon consideration of the process so far filed, the court opines that as between the plaintiff who sued as head of family and the court also say between the plaintiff to pack no sue as head of family no and the defendant, there are obviously serious questions to be tried in respect of the customary law of the parties, which requires preserving the status quo pending the final determination of this suit. The court in the person just said there are questions concerning the Osio Mono. I saw ABUSUAPANIN opinion now. And also, I am guided by the fact that the grant or refusal of an intellectual injunction is discretionary and must be exercised judicially, fairly, and candidly, taking the settled principles into account. In the circumstances, therefore, and in the exercise of my discretion, I hold the equities favor granting the instant application, and the same is accordingly granted. The defendant, their agent, assigns, privies, or anyone claiming through them are hereby restrained from holding. To quote no conclusion, no. I say are hereby restrained from holding. And the bar no. From holding the away that so 13 or anyone claiming through them are hereby restrained from holding any events in relation to the late Charles Kojofosu, aka Dadulumba, pending the final determination of the court. To ensure point 30 must say, or no, say or a judge no, to pack the case neighbor no, or file as a opinion. But while ni no mu bi say customary law no nyoma bi wo ho. But before so the final ruling ne beba no, ono judge no catch a defendant for na mbo mudi no any nkophobia say they are restricted from holding any event in relation to the late Charles Kojofosu, aka Dadulumba, pending the final determination of the suit. And now on the by the person just say among holding any event be related to the late Charles Kojofosu and sana or the final decision of Abba. 14 also consequently the court orders the plaintiff, which is Tupakano, to order 25 rule 6 of C1.47 to give an undertaking to pay any damages that the defendant may suffer as a result of the grant of the application if it turns out that at the end the plaintiff was not entitled to the order. The judge is also movie no be who say plaintiff to pack no and you're entitled to sa order and you're entitled to say honor be the sa omonya na to pack no fan and sanction grant ase say obitua e ka omobo ye nyina ama omo. Additionally, while an intellectual injunction at this stage will be an appropriate remedy until the serious questions are tried and determined, pursuant to Order 15, Rule 7, blah, 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 I direct the defendants to file their statements and then and so. Oh, to the court, no, at the by any court, was what you say. Or no, dear. Only my seminary to say for Fraba say, yes, penny coffee was no. Only was a penny beam, so he's not entitled to even file for this. Only entitled to file for this now. Or no, dear, or when you should walk. Pen news mark investigation and research aba. But so no beba no. AKOSUA SERWAA ne nko for train no omo de diom back court no. Ene omo ka hu nyina no, they are not allowed to do any event exhibition of life of Charles Kojofosu. Inti no e no de buy. Na no buy papa she the pre-free court na mo court we. Third floor. The pre-free court na papa she be interview no say. Ne woti ase and also celebrating on the papa she been kasai.
Saturday no see what TSC no one na see celebrating you be celebrating AKOSUA SERWAA for su one na TSC e change sabam kakra we ya be shey na gupo ni nyam
it's after this papa she interview no kasawe no and baba German and associate say that be money no hwan almost the letter by baba German associate letter by no almost say the Accra High Court has effective today upheld the application for an interlocutory injunction filed by a client, the head of the family of a corner royal family of AKOSUA in Osuta, ABUSUAPANIN Kofi Victor Owusu, aka ABUSUAPANIN to Park. This order specifically restrains Anayo Akosa Papashi, AKOSUA SERWAA for Shendila, Ernestina Fosu Bempoma, Zhao, Poku, and the agent were assigned for organizing promotion of blah 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 on 28th and 29th at Independence Square or elsewhere. By upholding this injunction, the court totally prohibits any attempt to proceed with the celebration of life or any such event. The organizers, venue and providers, and active participants are hereby cautioned that defying this order constitutes contempt of court, which is punished by law. We shall not hesitate to initiate committal proceedings against any individual who seeks to undermine the sanctity of the court for contempt. We call for peace and respect for the family and the children at this moment. Also, any event titled celebration of life, a court, the kind of court say any event, a celebration of life related to the late Charles Kojo Fosu. So related to Charles Kojo Fosu. But me know him. So Saturday, Omokweshe Olegono had the organizing was celebration of life of AKOSUA Mama AKOSUA SERWAA MAS and Omokoye. Inti asemno ejina he. Can they file for contempt with what I have given, with what the court no ebechire no, and with what the omo enso kan no? Do you think that they can really file for contempt? The thing is that if they are filing for contempt, I'm not sure this is the route they are going to use. They are going to deploy another route or strategy. In this terrain, there's no way contempt can be filed. But as at Endra, lawyer Dominic Kojo Ose must file for contempt. I ebetchen for very soon. The best will be able to at Baba like mame. Subscribe na for being favorite comment section. My crowd, nenche. Yet I'm be share. We didn't come for enso.